So they were working, they were developing pilots, but then part of the deal with Disney is that if you didn't have a show on the air that was yours that you created, they would ask you to consult on other shows like 1 or 2 days a week. So they spent 2 days a week working on Homeboys in Outer Space, and I got to know them, and
Wow.
fun, and they liked me. And then the very next year, they had a pilot that they did get picked up, and that was called Teen Angel, and that was on the ABC Friday night TGIF schedule for a season. And they hired me to work on that show, on their show, and then I got to know them from there. And then the very next thing I did after that was I got to go work on the PJs, what you mentioned.
Yeah.
And Alan and Mike were still part of their overall Disney deal at the time, and so they were working on the PJs 1 or 2 days a week. And when their overall deal ended, they went back to The Simpsons. Al decided to continue working full time. Mike kind of semi-retired and went off and wrote books, which he does. But he still works on The Simpsons 1 day a week now. But Al went back full time, and through the course of the next year or two, he went back when Mike Scully was running the show. But then by that time, Mike Scully decided to step down from being the overall head showrunner of the show, and Al came back to become the main showrunner of the show, which he's been ever since. So by that time, I'd done a couple of other shows that didn't do very well or came around, lasted a little while. And we're now around the fall of 2001, and I was working on a show in Chicago that was called What About Joan? That starred Joan Cusack. It was a sitcom on ABC. And that show was in danger of getting canceled. And I got a call one night, and it was Al Jean just saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm good. How are you?" And he's like, "We're getting ready to do a new season of The Simpsons, and some people have left here, so there's a slot open on The Simpsons if you're available." And I was like, yeah, that would be great. The show I'm on looks like it might get canceled. So then I started like a month or two after that. Like my first day was working on Simpsons was December of 2001.
There is such a good lesson to that for everyone who's listening. He already said it, but you never know when your opportunity is going to knock, and you just gotta be ready to strike. And it sounds like you made an impression on two very important people in the Simpsons universe. So that's such a cool story.
Yeah, and so I know you never know, like what will your Homeboys in Outer Space be?
That's the best lesson of all, right there.